Brand new leaks from the new Falcon and Winter Soldier trailer and the plot for Thor Love and Thunder have been released. Before we start, let me just reiterate that although both of these leaks are coming from the same place that leaked Avengers Infinity War and Endgame, this could always be wrong, so take it with a grain of salt. However, it seems to be very accurate, so there could be spoilers about not only the new trailer dropping soon, but also the plot of Thor Love and Thunder. Also, if you're interested, I already covered the leaks for the first episode of the Falcon and Winter Soldier show, and the Eternals movie plot leak, so you should go watch those videos after this. The links will be in the description. Marvel's The Falcon and the Winter Soldier has just suffered a major delay, thanks to the coronavirus. However, that didn't stop Disney from debuting a new extended trailer-style bit of footage for the Disney Plus series during the Disney Shareholders Meeting that just took place. The new footage certainly gives a much deeper look at the plot and characters of Falcon and the Winter Soldier than the Super Bowl TV spot did, and when it's released online, Marvel fans are certainly going to be hyped. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier footage opens with Bucky visiting Zemo. Zemo tries to activate Bucky's Winter Soldier programming, which of course no longer works. Bucky reveals that he's come to see Zemo because someone has restarted the Super Soldier program, most likely General Thunderbolt Ross. The next clip shown is a rally with a heavy Americana theme, red, white, and blue decorations, cheerleaders, and the works. An announcer is introducing the new Captain America to the world, and we see a figure with the shield standing backstage draped in a silhouette. An action-packed montage is then shown, which will showcase the action stunt work and battles that will take place in the series, including Zemo fighting in his Marvel Comics mask. As Bucky later points out, he and Sam aren't friends. They're two guys who had a mutual friend and now need to help each other. There are a few tie-in clues to what's being shown in this new footage. Based on the Marvel Disney Plus Super Bowl spot, we can guess the rally scene is most likely the introduction of Wyatt Russell's John Walker, aka US Agent. If you look back at the Super Bowl spot, US Agent is seen running out across the field with a big pageant of cheerleaders, fireworks, and cheers. Government-sponsored Captain America at its best. Zemo's comic book costume is something that Marvel fans have been waiting for ever since the villain's MCU debut in Captain America Civil War. The fact that Zemo's arc seems to be descending into full comic book villainy in Falcon and the Winter Soldier also has fans excited to see where his arc could be headed, possibly into the MCU debut of Marvel's Thunderbolts. This leak sounds so cool, and it goes along perfectly with the rumors that the Thunderbolts will be introduced in the show. Zemo was such a great villain in Civil War, and I can't wait to see what he has planned next. I'm also really excited to see John Walker's US Agent and what role he plays in the show. We know that he wants to do good, but the super soldier serum he was forced to take allows them to control him. Next we have the Thor Love and Thunder plot leak. A version of the Thor Corps will make its way into Thor 4. Notable members of the team include Beta Ray Bill, Dargo Ktor, Thunderstrike, Simon Walterson aka Throg, Alpha Groot, Sif, Angela, and Storm. Roger Norvell's character will also appear in New Asgard. Just this part makes it seem like the story is going to be really dense, which could actually be a good thing, and I trust Taika Waititi to make it work. It also makes a lot of sense, as we'll have already seen WandaVision, the Loki show expanding more on time travel and what's happening with him in the TVA, and possibly Kang the Conqueror, and also Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, which will release a few months before this, diving into the multiverse and hopefully giving us alternate versions of our favorite heroes. This is why possibly seeing Storm Thor wouldn't be so random, because by this point they'll hopefully have introduced a few X-Men and mutants, and this would actually be a great way to introduce Storm, but also with the Thor Corps will leave the door open for the Thor story to continue. Now back to the leaks. Christian Bale is playing the main villain Gorr, and in this version, Gorr is an alien whose race was slaughtered by Hela. He blames the Asgardians, and after years of searching, retrieved the Necrosword to wipe them out. Thor is having intergalactic adventures with the Guardians of the Galaxy when Gorr attacks and wounds him, then announces that he'll kill the remaining Asgardians on Earth. Thor goes there to protect them with Rocket and Groot, but can't find Gorr, so he's forced to ask Jane Foster for help. Gorr's sword is powered by dark energy, and Jane might be able to trace it. Jane is now working for SWORD, and director Abigail Brand is not happy when Thor shows up, needing help. Thor, Jane, and Brand go to New Asgard, where they reunite with Valkyrie and a time-displaced Loki, who ends up a prisoner there after whatever happens in a spin-off series. Along with Loki is a new time-displaced Mjolnir that doesn't answer to Thor because it's under a different spell. Gorr tricks Thor into leading him to New Asgard and destroys it with his army of shadow berserkers. During the chaos, Jane wields Mjolnir and fends off Gorr for the time being. Brand places the Asgardians under SWORD's protection at an outpost near a small town in Oklahoma. Thor trains Jane to control Mjolnir, and they reconnect. Valkyrie and Brand also develop a bond. Loki escapes and joins forces with Gorr to use Jane's research on dark energy and harness it through the Necrosword to defeat Thor. Dark energy has time-altering properties that Loki wants. This all leads to a major battle between Thor and Jane against Gorr across time and space, while Valkyrie and Brand lead the Asgardians and Sword in battle against the Shadow Berserkers to defend humanity. During the battle, Rocket and Groot must deal with the dark energy singularity that Gorr creates before it consumes the planet, and Loki pursues his own agenda. Gorr will be motion capture, but his pre-Necro Sword form is going to be human looking. The dark energy mutates him, and he becomes more monstrous as he absorbs more of it. Brand is the other major role left to cast, and Marvel Studios is looking at actresses like Jodie Comer and Vanessa Kirby for the role, since the character is supposed to appear in several movies like Nick Fury. Rocket and Groot are supporting characters, and the rest of the Guardians, Star-Lord, Drax, Mantis, and Nebula are cameos. There's some talk about having them join the final battle, but nothing final. Gamora won't show up because her story is reserved for Guardians of the Galaxy 3. The film will have the same comedic tone as Thor Ragnarok, and the idea is to leave the door open for Hemsworth and Portman to return for more, but also wrap up their character arcs in case they decide to stop after this. Gorr is going to kill either Korg or Meek during the attack on New Asgard, but Waititi still hasn't decided on who. Although Korg would be more impactful, he likes playing the character. All I can say for these leaks are, wow. They say it's going to be more comedic like Thor Ragnarok, which is great. I think that fits perfectly with Thor and is way better than the more serious first two movies. But it also sounds like it's going to be jam-packed with fights and tense moments. I'm also really happy to hear that Loki will appear, and even though it's not the same Loki, but the one from 2012 that disappeared with the Tesseract, it'll be interesting to see what his plans are now. Lastly, it's cool to see that Gorr wants to kill Thor because Hela killed his race, and they're continuing with Hela's story and the after effects of Thor Ragnarok. Although she's dead just like Loki, there's still a big continuous problem for Thor. To help speed things up, I want to give away a Baby Groot Funko Pop when we hit 500 subscribers. I know this isn't a PS4, Xbox, or Switch, but maybe if we keep growing we'll get there eventually. All you have to do to enter is subscribe to the channel, like the video, and leave a comment telling me pretty much anything. Why you liked or disliked the video, who your favorite Marvel, DC, Star Wars, Dragon Ball, or any other franchise character is, what movie, show, or game you're excited for or you want to come out, what character you want to see on the big screen, or basically anything else. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you'll never miss another video. Thanks for watching, and remember that with great power comes great responsibility.